Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay. Why do you think some people can't deal with the fact of becoming rich and famous overnight? So this is like you do one song or you do one movie or something and then all of a sudden you're everywhere. Um, why do you think it's hard for those people to deal with being so rich and famous? It could also be they won the lottery, right? So they win a lot of money, but it's hard for them to deal with being rich and famous.
I actually don't understand this question. I myself is able to deal with the fact, becoming wealthy overnight. It's very easy. Actually, most people wanna become wealthy overnight,
Mhm.
but that is not possible. It's not difficult to deal with the money you know overnight. It's easy. You can put the money into the bank. You can save the money. You can buy a nice car or house. It's not easy to win a lottery. I want to tell you the truth. When I go to Canada, the first thing I want to buy is buy the lottery.
Mhm.
There is Lotto Max and the 649 is
Mhm.
they are very famous lotteries in Canada.
Mhm.
Yeah, I bought two tickets. Yeah, and almost each week I went out, go to the grocery store, very small, buy some tickets.
So typically what happens is if you one day say you have a 9 to 5 job and whatever it is, and then one day you become super rich, you win the lottery or you get a really big bonus or whatever it is, and you get famous too. Like people are like, oh my God, you won the lottery, or will like you did one famous movie goes viral, or like even a TikTok star. You did one thing that went really well. What happens is that people like that, they don't tend to save that money. They tend to spend it. They want to go to nice restaurants, they want to buy themselves things. And what happens, and this has been proven, most of the lottery winners do not stay rich because they don't make investments. What they do, because this is new money, they've never had this before. And say you're living in a little house, like they will go buy expensive cars, they'll go buy eat all this amazing food, eat at restaurants, travel, do all this stuff. And the money is then gone. So they're poor again. They also can't deal with being famous. The famous, because um, what happens is that and I used to be on TV, right? I used to have a TV show, and it was everybody in San Francisco was like, "Oh, if you want to be on TV, you should be friends, and you'll be on TV and all this stuff." What happens is that make people make you believe that you're so special. Oh my God, like if and they all want to be your friends. You end up having fake friends, which only lasts as long as you have the fame. Like they're your friends as long as you can get them things. And so it you end up being surrounded by people that are not truly your friends. And you end up partying, you end up drinking, you end up like if you were famous because you had good acting skills, well now you're doing drugs, you're drinking, you're doing plastic surgery, God knows whatever else. So you ruin the reason why you got rich. You ruin the reason why you got famous. So people that don't have stability, meaning they don't care whether they're rich or poor, or they don't have good families or structures around them, they can't deal with being rich and famous. It's been proven, like lots of studies have been done on this. You cannot get somebody like even this guy, Justin Bieber, right? He got all this fame, he got all this money. He went into rehab. He had a drinking problem. He had a drugs problem. He was doing all kinds of things that he should not have been doing. I think he famously wrecked a very expensive car. He was driving in Beverly Hills, and he went into jail, killed somebody, or he ran over somebody or something. So it's, especially if you're young, you tend to can't deal with all this stuff because it's too much. You're in the, everybody wants a piece of you. It's not easy. But anyway, okay, what is your opinion about celebrities being in and out of rehab? Do you understand that question?
A rehab, do you mean that is a place for some addiction problems, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's to help them recover from addictions.
Yeah, celebrities, most of them are artists. Artists need the drugs to create something, to help them with the creativity. If they have the addiction problems, they need to get there to fix their problems. Yeah, Michael Jackson, he addicted to something, right? And
Yeah, I think he was doing thing for his skin, right? He was making it white. I don't
yeah,
know. And
he's
oh, he
yeah,
was also abusing children. I think he actually got caught for that finally. He was abusing
I
children.
I don't know if he really abuses the children, the kids, but he's a blank person, right? Blank, and this is a white culture, white society. If I'm
Mhm.
blank, I would feel stressed, even though I'm very famous. You
Mhm.
know, this is I know this is very strange, but I understand him. So he want to change his skin to be white. Somebody say that it's because of some skin problems, but I suspect that he just bleach the skin. That would lead to some serious problems.
I think they don't need to take drugs to be creative. They justify taking drugs to be, they're like, oh, well, if I take the drug, I will be creative. But when they initially, whatever they were famous for, they didn't take drugs for those. They are obviously didn't have money for those drugs, right? They were just creative. So it's something, when you say they need to take it, I don't agree with the word need. Um, but it's also, I think they they don't have to do these things. They do. And I think when it comes to like skin bleaching, that's something, you get so obsessed with the way you look in lots of cultures, like in the Indian culture, in I think Asian. I don't know about Chinese, but I know Korean, they will bleach their skin. Like they like that really white skin because they
Yeah.
think that's pretty. They don't like dark skin. Especially all these like K-pop stars and things like that. Even in the Indian, in Bollywood, in the Indian culture, there are, you can take crazy pills, you can put all these lotions and stuff on to be white because white skin is considered more pretty than dark skin. So
Oh yeah.
lots of people, and these are expensive treatments that they get done. I think they take, I don't know what they take, but they take a lot of they take an IV actually. So intravenously, they take these I'm not sure what it is, but to make them white. And it's the world over. I know in Japan they have all these whitening creams. In Asia in general, like Malaysia and stuff, everybody has these whitening creams. So we all have this thing for looking pretty, or and we think the white culture is superior or prettier, I guess. So everybody does that to some extent.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Agree.
it's kind of sad, actually.